In bed again. Oh yes, you can come up as well. Good boy. Sit down. So, as I was saying, it's very important for men to do some grooming and cleaning up and tidying up. What I would like to also say is it's very important for women to do the same kind of things. In this time and age, there's no excuse to say, I didn't have time to wash my hair this morning. We have running water, we have hair dryers. So for about 6-7 months, I was taking the tube to work, and tube is the London Underground, the metro that our public transport in London. And it was rather annoying that you're standing this close to an individual and you can see all this grease in their hair, and it's just dirty and disgusting hair. And they don't stink or anything, but you can tell that they didn't wash. And it's rather annoying. You know, you're a grown-up adult going to work in one of the biggest cities in England and in the world for that matter, and you've not bothered to wash. It doesn't take that long. Just wash, shampoo, blow dry your hair. Those old wives' tales that if you don't wash hair, it's fine, it washes itself and it's very healthy and all that. Not true. The less you wash your hair, the more your scalp is going to be full of the secretions, the oils that the body produces, the sebaceous glands that produce that sebum, I think it's called, on the surface of the skin, bacteria, fungus, the roots themselves become weaker, and eventually you'd have less hair, and it looks dirty all the time while you have it. So wash it every day, condition it, and look clean, for God's sake. The few things that really bothered me about London Underground was that people were smelly sometimes, people are dirty, and then on top of that, they're so inconsiderate. There were so many times when I would see a young person sitting down and an elderly person standing up, and if you ask them to get up and give that person their seat, they give you that horrific look as if, you know, you've just killed their mother. No, it's common courtesy and decency. Pregnant women standing while a young person sitting reading a magazine and or listening to music with their headphones, and they all seem to pretend that, you know, they didn't notice. They're like, yes, we all have peripheral vision. We can see what's happening around us. We don't have to make eye contact to know what's happening. So you can see there's a pregnant woman and an old lady with a walking stick standing next to you. You just choose to ignore it because you're not a nice person. So yeah, those are the kind of things. And then when it's rush hour, everyone's trying to get somewhere, so move out of the way, give people some room. So there's endless amounts of space in the middle and it's empty. Everyone is sort of stuck around or gathered around the door, and they won't let anyone else on. Oh, it's full. Well, it's not really full because there's space and they don't move. It's just very inconsiderate. And then on top of that, you have the tourists and foreigners who don't know the etiquette. So you have to let people off the train before you get on, because otherwise there'll be no space for you to get on. And so many people do that. It's like, okay, wait. 1 or 2 seconds is not gonna kill you. Escalators, it says stand on the right. So stand on the right, and if you want to go up while the escalator's moving or down, it's the left. It's written, there's signs everywhere. So yeah, that's my little rant about the London Underground. So as I mentioned in my previous videos, or perhaps you got a hint from what I've made already. I'm very interested in fashion, and I would ideally like to talk about what it means and make some videos presenting my point of view, because I don't believe fashion is what people perceive it as. It's not a privilege for the upper classes or people who have money. Fashion is a way of expressing yourself, and it should be about how you feel and who you are. If you look back at our history from about the 1890s until the 1970s, everyone, no matter what they did for a living, even if they were farmers and servants and people working as clerks or nurses, everyone had a sense of style. They felt pride in the way they dressed and left the house. And I don't know what happened in the 80s with the shoulder pads and leg warmers, and then subsequently just went downhill. Tracksuit stuff and sports gear as your everyday attire. They have no pride in their appearance, and they say, oh no, because we're not rich or we're not posh, and all the words that they can use to distance themselves from those that are fashionable and have an excuse as to why they can't be bothered. I think if you don't feel pride in your appearance, and if you're not happy how you look every single day, because no matter what you tell yourself, though this is comfortable and I don't really care, when you look in the mirror, it doesn't lie to you. Deep down inside, you know exactly what you look like and what people see. So, and we're the worst critics for ourselves. I mean, all my life I have grown up thinking that I was very, very mediocre or ugly, and I've come across so many models and beautiful people, and when you get to know them and you find out that, oh, they're equally insecure. Everyone feels that they're not worthy and they're not good looking, and they have, because you see yourself and you can see all the flaws that others may not, because they only see you for a short space of time. So if you make an effort and dress well, then it's very likely that when you go out, you'll feel good about yourself. You will feel that extra oomph about your day, and obviously as a result you'll perform better, because you'll be in high spirits, you'll feel good, and people will hopefully compliment you, and in general it will improve your morale and everyone else's around you. With all the marketing that we are bombarded with, we are mentally pre-programmed and brainwashed to believe in certain things. So we think that if you're fashionable or if you're smartly dressed, it means you're educated, you have money, you have class, you have culture, all of those things which that don't have anything to do with your sense of style. So, but if you're dressed smartly and you're going for a job interview, or if you're just going to your day job, people will respect you on the tubes, in the shops, everywhere, because the whole society is brainwashed to expect that a person who's smart and looks after themselves has all of that. So your day-to-day life will become better. So I strongly recommend, and this is again my personal opinion, it's not statistics, and it's just what I've experienced through life, that people perceive you as how you want to be perceived, and perception is everything. If you walk through a door, within the first 5 seconds the person's brain has done some analysis and created an image of you, and the rest of the time what they're trying to do is to validate and confirm that what they perceived is actually correct. So if you walk in and you're wearing shell suit bottoms or running gear and you look scruffy, your hair is dirty and your face is, I don't know, unkempt, they're going to think that you don't care about your appearance, you're careless, you're dirty, and they're going to judge you throughout your interaction with them with those preconceived ideas in their head. And everything you say, they will try to validate their assumptions. But if you walked into, I don't know, let's say you had, I don't know, a problem with your local community, or you had the road outside your house is damaged and you went to the local council or the local authority to get that repaired. If you walked in and you look like a hobo, they will automatically treat you like one. They might take your complaint and file it and stuff, but they won't show the same respect. But if you are dressed smartly and you present your case and you're polite and all those things, the whole thing will leave a different impression on the person that you interacted with, and they're more likely to do something about your issue than if you look like a hobo. So I'm not saying what's right or wrong, I'm just saying what is the reality. We are so fixated these days with this idea, oh, we shouldn't be judged, we shouldn't be sort of given certain attributes because of how we look or how we talk and all that, and it should all be politically correct. Unfortunately, our brains are not politically correct. We are not designed like that. Nature didn't intend for all of us to be equal. If we were all equals, we'd have the same looks, we'd have the same health, we'd have the same brain power, we'd be very similar. But we're not. We're very unique and very different. And I think as a result, we have gone through this evolution over centuries where our brain has made some assumptions and some ideas about the way we should conduct our life and judge people, and the word judge is again misconstrued and used in a negative way. Judging is just analysis. You're analyzing what you see. So if you're seeing something and you're making a deduction that I don't know, you see a dirty car covered in mud and it's a 4x4, you're judging it, but it's not a negative thing.